What makes you special? And when you really find what makes you special, you can add contribution to change not only your life, but the lives of those around you. Hi, I'm Jamie with The Saving Secret, where I help you become more intentional with your money. If you're new to my channel, I help people save money because it can be difficult to save money when you've recently lost your job or had a lot of different things going on. So I show you how to organize your finances and be more intentional as you build lasting wealth. The last video that I did is I shared insights of what are some 4 things that you can do to help yourself financially right now. And kind of in this continuation, as I've been building upon this information, is today I want to share how you can develop your strengths. And today, yes, I'm going to be referring to a book that I've read several years ago, but as I've gone through this evaluation process of my own skills and abilities, we're going to be talking about Tom Rath's The Strength Finder 2.0. So when we go through this, I'm going to really be diving into what makes this book great, and a little bit what's even more important than just this book is the assessment that comes with it. So you're not going to want to miss it. Be sure to stay through to the end of the video, because not only am I going to talk about the reviews of the book and how the test works, but I'm going to show you an example of my own current situation and the strengths that have been identified in this book. Before we go any further, be sure to smash that like button. It really helps the channel out. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any of the latest content. Without further ado, let's jump into it. What I really like about this book is it's not just a book. It's really a book and an assessment all in one. So the book by Tom Rath really goes into a study that was done by Clifton, who's really the father of strength-based psychology. And what he did is he spent years interviewing millions of people over 40 years. And so he really developed this program. And as he talked with a lot of people, he was able to find out that many people struggle to find purpose, to find meaning, and to really unlock their true potential. As you read on the first page, not even page 1, but on page I, it really talks about in 1998, this is when Tom Rath kind of came on board and tried to formulate the thoughts into creating an assessment, and as well as creating the findings that people could utilize. And so one of the things that he really focused on was finding the most impact that you can have. One of the things that he shares in this book is there's the great story of Rudy. And if you're not familiar with the story of Rudy, it's basically a story of a young man who was in high school and his whole dream was to play football at Notre Dame. He was 5'6", 165 pounds. So he really didn't have the structure, the frame to really be a football player, but he had it in his mind that this is the goal that he wanted to accomplish. And so by putting all of his effort into that, he was able to find a way to not only get accepted to Notre Dame, but to make the Notre Dame practice squad. And so he was continually on the practice squad for 2 years. He worked so hard, and he would take punishment after punishment, never even suiting up to play in a game. And the last game of his senior year, it was announced that he could be able to suit up and wear the uniform. And so throughout the whole game, he had just watched from the sideline. On the very last play of the game, his coach decided to put him in. And when he put him in, he was able to make a tackle, and that was his success story. And a lot of people are just enamored by this success story of Rudy. But what's really sad is he spent his entire life, thousands of hours, working towards accomplishing this goal. And he did accomplish this goal. He did make the Notre Dame football team, and he did make, an impacting play. But from all that hours, he was able to only play a few seconds of college football. Another great example is Michael Jordan, a man who needs no introduction. The Chicago Bulls basketball superstar who in the early 90s worked really hard and was able to give the Chicago Bulls a three-peat. And this was an amazing accomplishment. But after winning the three-peat and a couple of life events that happened in Michael Jordan's life, he decided that he was going to pursue another passion of his, which was baseball. And for a year or two, he tried baseball and did the very best that he could, but really did not develop in the type of talent that he had on the basketball court. And so after 2 years being removed from basketball, he decided to come back. And what really makes the story of Michael Jordan amazing is he won another three-peat. And by developing his strengths, he became even a better basketball player, which is truly remarkable. I really think it's amazing that a lot of people might look at Michael Jordan and try to be the best basketball player, and that's great. But really, it's to identify what are your unique skills and abilities? What makes you special? When you really find what makes you special, you can add contribution to change not only your life, but the lives of those around you. This book is the Strength Finder. And again, it only really has a few pages, less than 50 pages, about an introduction about what the book is. But really what you're paying for is an assessment. And what the assessment does is it evaluates your unique skills. And when you truly identify what your unique talents and abilities are, you're going to find more joy in the work that you do. And so the great thing about the Strength Finder is it's really not a book that's really going to tell you a lot of information that's important, but it's really the assessment that's going to be very impactful. So you need to buy the book in order to get access to the assessment. You could just buy the assessment, but I actually have a link down below you're welcome to click on that has a link to Amazon where you can buy this book. Yes, it's an affiliate link, but it's really helpful if you're looking to take this assessment. So once you take the assessment, you're going to be given a personalized breakout of your top 5 strengths. So let me show you a breakout of my top 5 strengths and how to get access to it. So if you've taken the test in the past and you're just looking for the results, you can go to gallup.com and find it. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hit the sign in button. Once you click that sign in button, it's going to ask you for some information, and you can create a login if you don't already have one. Then you can sign in. Once you sign in, it'll be bringing you to this screen right here. I would click the menu button, and it's called the Clifton Strengths. So when I took it back in 2014, it was actually called the Strength Finder. They've actually renamed the test. And so when you go down here, you can look, and it'll have all of your 5 strengths, which is really cool and a really great place to look at. And it'll actually tell you what the colors relate to on each of yours. So if you notice, for me, I've got a lot of red, which is strategic thinking, whether it's strategic, learner, futuristic. I've got some executing with an achiever, and a little bit of relationship building with the blue area relator. So those are kind of interesting to look there. But really the reports that if you may have gotten in the past is you can click on this reports button, and you can click on download your signature theme reports. Go ahead and click on that. When you go there, it's going to give you your unique information, which is really awesome. And so you're definitely going to want to download this information if you don't have it, but this is your signature theme report. So again, myself, I took this back in 2014, and you can find out that it'll tell you some information about a little bit more about strategic, learner, and some other information, which I think is extremely helpful and very accurate. And just because you know somebody who may be the exact same person, whether both achiever, me and my wife are both learners, our actual information on the learner tab is slightly different, which is very interesting. So another piece that you can go to is the Strengths Insight Guide. And this is the one that I really like because it asks some great questions and can give you some good information. So when you click on that, that information is going to be here. And it's going to give you not just your 5 strengths, but it's going to give you kind of the theme in your description and what makes you stand out. And like I've said before, whether you have a similar strength to somebody else, All of these are kind of customized to you because it matters if you're strategic, if it's your first one or it's your fifth one, or all of those things will matter based on the questions that you responded to. And so it's great to go through each of these, highlight what's important to you, what's important, and so you can find more information there. But again, finding your own personalized report is super helpful. So I hope you found this was pretty helpful. So again, if you've taken this in the past, feel free to go to Gallup and you can find your old report. Well, those were my 5 talents. And again, that doesn't do you any good. So if you want to figure out what your talents are, you need to buy the book and take the assessment. The assessment only takes 30 minutes and it's a question-based answer where you have 20 seconds to answer it and it will move on to the next question. Again, by taking this assessment, you're going to be able to identify your unique talents. So I encourage you to take this test. If you found this information helpful, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button if you'd like to continue to follow me on my journey and to help you on your journey towards financial independence. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.